So what is this crazy thing called a carnivore diet? And why would anyone want to eat this way? Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to my channel. This is Faith and Feathers. Well, in the truest sense, a carnivore diet is a diet based on eating all animal products. If it comes from an animal, it's allowed. Carnivores eat meat. They eat beef, chicken, pork, seafood. All meat is allowed. They also eat a lot of eggs and healthy saturated fats from animals like tallow, lard, butter, and ghee. Dairy is also allowed, but it depends on the individual. Dairy can sometimes be inflammatory or even addictive. Some carnivores still drink coffee and have an occasional alcoholic beverage, but for the most part, they just drink water. Now, what they don't eat are vegetables, fruits, grains, sweeteners, or seed oils. So why would anyone want to eat this way? Well, a lot of people come to the carnivore diet first by way of the keto diet. The ketogenic diet is very mainstream nowadays. Many doctors even prescribe that way of eating to their patients because they've come to understand the amazing health benefits of eating low carb. People on the ketogenic diet have been able to completely reverse autoimmune disorders, diabetes, high blood pressure, and more. Even I, when eating ketogenic, largely animal-based, was able to come off my blood pressure pills that I had been on for 15 years and completely normalize my blood pressure. My previous video was 10 things that healed in my body when I switched to an animal-based diet. Now, while all that sounds great, sometimes people need to go farther. You see, with the ketogenic diet, you are allowed a certain amount of carbohydrates in the form of plants, low glycemic fruits, some nuts, and other varieties of foods that are not allowed on the carnivore diet. Sometimes the fiber, oxalates, and lectins found in plants can still wreak havoc in our bodies and cause inflammation. Maybe you're able to get great success with a ketogenic diet and you're happy with your results and you want to stay there. That's great. For others, it's not until they completely give up the plants that they find optimal health in the carnivore diet. So how do you start a carnivore diet? Well, if you're coming from the standard American diet and you're eating lots of processed foods, seed oils, sugars, carbohydrates, and you want to go carnivore quickly and abruptly, it might be a little jarring to your system. I'm not saying don't do it. Many people do it this way. For many people, that's how they go about things. They're all in, one and done, overnight, rip the Band-Aid off. If that's you, God bless you. But I would offer a little bit of advice. Sometimes when people do an abrupt change to their diet like that, especially going from the standard American diet to something so opposite as carnivore, they experience what's known as the keto flu. Now, this isn't from what you're eating. It's actually from what you're not eating. When you give up all the junk, you're detoxing. You're not giving your body its drug anymore, and you're feeling the effects of the detox. That can be felt with headache, achiness. You feel a little bit under the weather, like you're coming down with the flu. But it's okay. It only lasts 1 to 2 weeks. And there are some things you can do to ease those symptoms and get yourself through it easier and quicker. One of the things that is happening is your body is flushing out all kinds of inflammation. Well, with that comes electrolytes. So salt your food, make sure you're getting enough electrolytes. You might want to take a potassium or magnesium supplement, and they even have like electrolyte supplements that have sodium, potassium, and magnesium all in one. So when you replace those electrolytes that you're flushing out, that should ease the symptoms and get you through the process easier and quicker. The other way in which people go to a carnivore diet, and the way I did it, was slowly. I just didn't want to experience all those symptoms. And honestly, I was a little afraid of setting myself up for failure. I kind of felt that if I made small changes instead of many, many changes all at once, I would be more apt to success. So the first thing I did was I gave up all sugar. I gave up my coffee creamer, my bowl of ice cream in the evening, my dark chocolate, my, sweetened iced tea in the middle of the day. I gave up everything sweet. I did that for, several weeks to a month maybe. I know I was long past the cravings. I had gotten over all my, sugar cravings, and I felt good to move on. So from there, I gave up all processed foods, and I gave up all seed oils. Basically, at that point, I was just eating meat and any and all vegetables I wanted. But before long, I started decreasing the vegetables to make sure I wasn't going over my total carbohydrate intake of 20 grams a day. And that's the way I've basically eaten for the last 4 years. Did I cheat sometimes? Yes. Holidays, I might have a little piece of cheesecake, or on vacation or something like that. I always regretted it though, because then I had the next 72 hours of paying for it. And although I have been so happy with my success and my healing in my body, I now am switching to a carnivore diet. I'm giving up that last bit of vegetables and plants to see if I can get even more healing in my body. So why is this diet so powerful? Well, for one thing, meat is the absolutely most nutrient-dense food on the planet. It has every vitamin and mineral your body needs. You do not need fruit, vegetables, fiber, or grains to survive. And in many cases, those things can be very toxic and inflammatory to your body. Inflammation is the beginning of all disease. Can you eat the carnivore diet forever? Yes, you can. Many people have been eating the carnivore diet for decades, and they're thriving and doing just fine. But you don't have to. Many people, after they eat the carnivore diet for some time and they've reached a level of healing and weight loss that they're happy with, sometimes begin to add certain foods in one at a time just because they want a little variation, a little novelty, and that is fine. Just add those foods one at a time so you can determine if they cause you any trouble. But your diet is yours. This isn't a cult. This isn't dogma. This diet is yours. Food is yours. You eat what you want to eat. You eat in a way that makes you feel happy and healthy. Design it your way. How much and how often do you eat on the carnivore diet? Well, that's easy. You can eat as much food as you want. There's no calorie counting. In the beginning, I wouldn't worry about micros, macros, or anything like that. Just eat as much meat as you want until you are comfortably full, and then stop. Don't eat again until you're hungry, and then eat as much meat as you want until you're comfortably full, and stop. Most people will fall into a natural rhythm. Many carnivores eat only twice a day. Some only eat once a day. Others, they're 3 meals a day. Your body will tell you what you need. Doesn't eating the carnivore diet get boring? No. I am never bored eating delicious, nutrient-dense, highly satiating, wonderful meat. I was, however, bored when I ate the standard American diet. I remember scrolling endlessly for new recipes on what else to do with the chicken. What did I feel like eating this week? What am I going to serve my family? Shopping for all the ingredients. Sometimes nothing sounded good. When you eat a carnivore diet, it simplifies your diet to such an extent that you don't really think about food. It's not that it isn't just as wonderful and tasty and satisfying as ever. It's just that I don't think about it. I know what I'm going to eat. I have my favorite go-tos, and I just don't spend time obsessing about food. What do I feel like? What should I have? Where should we go eat? What's on the menu? It takes all of that nuance away, and it simplifies and streamlines your diet. And it's really been freeing. Honestly, at this point, I can't really imagine eating any other way. I'm hoping to get more healing done in my body. I still sometimes suffer with bloating. I don't quite know what that's about. It could be a number of things. It could be too much dairy. It could be the vegetables. It could be coffee. It could be, sometimes I have wine a couple of nights a week. I don't know. So I am going carnivore and cutting out most of those things. I'm still going to have dairy, but I'm really going to reduce it and just have cheese kind of as a garnish, and probably still some heavy whipping cream in my coffee. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm going to stick to that for probably 30 days. And again, if I get the healing I want, if I feel better, I might begin to add some things back and see what happens. But I'm going to keep you posted on that. So that's it. That is what a carnivore diet is and how to begin. If you're interested in a carnivore diet and still have some questions, please leave a comment below. And if you already are a carnivore, I'd love to hear from you too. Tell me below how it has changed your life, how it has healed your body. Have a great day. This is Kimberly, Faith and Feathers. See you next time.